Today we are ranking the worst video game music to ever be made. This is part 2 of my series on the worst video game music ever made. I actually hate that I have a series called that, but there is a part 1. So let's listen to some more and let's enjoy ourselves. First up is Grandia 3 Baccula. It gets higher. It's like interpretive improv. Shit, that higher stuff really creeps up on you. So is that really terrible? Now, the reason why it doesn't sound great is because of the MIDI, and also because it does creep incredibly high and there's no melodic structure. That's one of the things that we really need to pay attention to when we're listening to music, is that melodic structure is really important. You do get the sense that you're at like some sort of a bacchanal. It's called Baccula, unless it's the character's name is related to Dracula somehow. So there is this feeling of like being invited into like a party, and this is like playing in the distance in some sort of like sunny landscape, right? But in terms of its structure, yeah, no, this is pretty not great. This one's squarely a 6 out of 10 on the worst video game music of all time list for sure. Next up, I'm not really sure this is gonna count, but this is Dedede's Drum Dash Deluxe bonus crowned theme, and it's apparently a theme played on a kazoo. I can't imagine it's terrible at all, but let's listen. Oh. No, this is a banger. You can't call this the worst video game music of all time. Although, wow, okay. I got chills. Listen to underneath though. This is just fun. This is bright. This is happy. It's a kazoo in your mouth. It's just like enjoying yourself. But I mean, it's certainly dissonant. Oh, come on. No. It's like whistling. I don't know. That is charming. Whether or not that's the worst video game music ever written, it probably isn't. In fact, that's actually kind of charming. I mean, it made me smile, and ultimately, like, it didn't make me smile because it was terrible. It made me smile because it felt like, you know, I'm seeing Kirby blow on a kazoo. And yes, context does certainly matter for these things. But if you put me in a room alone and you had to make me listen to I don't know, I would probably be like, after like 24 hours, I would probably emerge the other side, like, unwell. I would put that at right in the middle of the road. Like, it's cute, it's fun. I don't want to listen to it more than 5 times. I would put that a 5 out of 10 on the worst music scale. And I would put the Grandia theme that we just listened to, I was being generous. I would put Baccula, the Baccula theme, over at about a 7. Let's listen to Cruelty Squad, Controlled Depopulation. Well, that doesn't sound good, okay. What the fuck? Oh, kind of sends chills down your spine a little bit. That doesn't feel good. Talk about being in a dark room alone. If I was asleep, and it was dark out, and I opened my eyes and I heard this playing. This is what woke me up. I might just poo-poo myself. Yeah, see, I don't think this is bad. So this is the thing. Now, is it disjointed? 1,000,000%. It's very disjointed. In fact, it's very uncomfortable. It's bad intentionally, and by that I mean it's uncomfortable. It's dissonant. It's jagged. It's unnerving. And it really, I don't know what Cruelty Squad's all about, but it certainly makes me feel like it fits a premise rather than being functionally like written poorly. It's very disarming. It's very haunting. It's very uncomfortable. If I heard this, I would poo-poo myself, and that's probably the intention. Sorry, I keep saying poo-poo. I'm not for, but anyway. Family-friendly show. This structurally is all over the place, but I do think that sort of clash that's going on, both in terms of rhythm and the sound effects, is fully intentional. And I would probably put this, honestly, at a 4 out of 10 on the worst video game music scale. Ooh, some people are going to be mad about this one. This is the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 character select screen. Is this all they say for 3 minutes? Is it one giant 10-second loop? 5-second loop? Why isn't it fleshed out? Is this right? Can this be right? Can this be right? I've heard this, but there's no way. It goes somewhere, right? Hold on. There's no way. Oh my god, it doesn't. How am I gonna put that on the worst video game music list? This is great, except for the fact that it loops the exact same for... So, I mean, structurally, no, that's not a terrible video game song at all. In fact, that's one of the best video game songs. But yeah, I mean, that gets annoying very fast. Thinking to myself, if I'm sitting here, I need to listen to this on repeat because of whatever. I mean, character select, how long does that even take? It takes 10 seconds. You know who you want, especially in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I mean, God, talk about an amazing game. It's Venom, it's Strider, and it's Wolverine, of course, and it's Spider-Man. That's all you really need to know. And Akuma. So you're not going to be in there very long. So, I mean, I don't know. As a fan of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I'm gonna slide that over. In terms of the worst video game music of all time, I'm gonna slide that over to a 3. Action 52, the CheetahMen OST. The CheetahMen, I have no idea what this is. That goes insanely hard for no reason. What the? No. This has melody. This has rhythm. This is just a really good song. It's just super pared back. That is really, really fun. It's a good melody. It goes hard as hell. And it's funny because the comments on this are like, the composer is the most overqualified person to ever live for this job. I would put that on a 2 out of 10. Spider-Man Funhouse, the animated series. Now, I grew up with the animated series. I love the Spider-Man animated series. I don't think I'm going to put this anywhere too bad, but let's see. That's awesome. Oh my god, not the... Oh, this... No, this isn't the worst video game. What is happening? This is not terrible. This is charming. Is it funny? Yes. Is it a little bit deranged? Yes. But is it structurally, like, bad? No, it's silly. It feels like a fun house. It feels like you're in a hall of mirrors and there's a creepy clown following you, and it's like, he's like, hey, come over here. I don't think that that's bad. I don't think that that's bad. I mean, do I want to listen to it every day? No. That's a 4 out of 10 on the worst video game music scale. I would actually say that the Finicoli Finicola, the pizza theme from the other Spider-Man that we listened to the last time I did one of these videos. Yeah, that's actually worse in some ways, structurally. All right, next up is Burning Men's Souls from Persona Trinity Soul. Okay, I don't hear anything bad so far. Someone's shouting. That's scatting back there. Not the scatting you think. Okay, all I hear is smooth jazz now. Why is this on the list? What's going on? This list has not been very bad. This has been a pretty middle of the road video game music list. People think this is bad? Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
Check it out, I'm in the house like carpet. And if there's too many heads in my blunt, I won't spark it. I'll put it in my pocket and save it like rocket fuel. Till everybody's gone and it's cool, then I spark it up with my brother. His mama named him Moan, but I call him Moan Lover. And he's more than a cover, he's a quilt.
He said Moan Brother.
Putting shit together like the house that John built on a hill. Cause this shit gonna feel like velvet, turtle. My style fits tighter than a
turtle.
If you hate it, then you can just leave it like Beaver. But in a day or two, I'll make you a true believer in me. Cause like the alphabet, you'll see that ism kicks a rhyme, not your everyday soliloquy. Like Chef Boyardee, my rhyme is truly cooking. Peace to Matty Rich, cause he's straight out of Brooklyn, New York. I don't eat pork or swine when I dine. I drink a cup of Kool-Aid, not a big glass of wine. Or again, if you have time, I'll drop rhyme again.
That one's hard because musically it's actually really satisfying. You have incredible flute playing in there, an awesome jazz piece, but what the hell are those lyrics? The lyrics alone are a 9 out of 10 on the what the hell scale. That's easily the worst lyrics I've heard ever. But in terms of the song structure, it's actually good. It's like there's two very confused things happening here. So it's weird. I think musically it's actually quite good, but I think that the lyrics just like bring it way down. So I would put that honestly up at a 7 out of 10 on the worst video game music of all time. Is this from a video game, Persona? That is weird. I am in the house like carpet. I don't eat pig or swine when I dine. I drink Kool-Aid instead of wine. Like... Next up is Bubsy 3D, Furbitten Planet, Woolie Bully. I don't hear anything terrible right now. Structurally, that doesn't sound great, but I certainly don't think it's terrible, but maybe it's an exception, so I'm going to give it another chance to be terrible, and I'm going to listen to something else from the Bubsy OST. How about Domicidal Maniac? No, that's not terrible. Well, it's a little funky. Hold on. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the PlayStation 2 days when they like really wanted to create like a fully orchestrated symphony, but they couldn't because of the limitations of the hardware. And so this is the closest they could get to creating like a Beethoven or a Rimsky-Korsakov. So in that case, like if this is indicative of the rest of the Bubsy soundtrack, which I'm not keen on listening to necessarily, I would put that as a 6 out of 10 on the worst video game music of all time list, because it's a little bit grating on the ears. And I think part of the problem is it's the limitation of the hardware. I don't think it's badly composed, but I certainly think that it's not my favorite thing to listen to. How about Birthday Cake from Jet Set Radio Future? I can't imagine this is bad. That is the best song I have ever heard. That is a mother absolutely in love with her son, baking a cake for him and his wife. That's my mom. Is it bad? No. Well, yes, it is kind of bad. I would put that honestly at a 7 out of 10. It's the same problem as the Persona song, where it's not inherently bad. Like actually musically, it's quite good. But what's bad about it is that it's all over the place, and it's not structured. Like it's structured, but it's like so off-putting with the lyrics. Lyrics and singing are vitally important to the overall thing. So like even though we have the backtrack that's actually decent, everything around it is pain. I wouldn't want to listen to that again. And I certainly wouldn't introduce that to somebody that I was trying to justify like the importance of video game music, if you will. Shut up and get clean! Dark Souls 2 keeps coming up. So we're going to listen to the Guardian Dragon because apparently this song is terrible. So far I don't... Why don't I hate that? I think that's fine. What's the problem here? I don't really see how this is like a bad piece. Well, If I was really going to be picking it apart, I would say that the horns sound really rough and sound fake. It just doesn't really go anywhere. There's no melody. I mean, there is actually, but there's no like, it's sort of bland in that way. On the flip side, what I think really works is that you do hear the size of the dragon. You do hear the intensity of the battle. You do feel like you're like looking at a disgustingly disfigured dragon that's hunting you down. So I don't think that, I think that's probably a 1 out of 10 on the worst video game music of all time list. I think it's fine. Earthbound Dungeon Man's theme. Oh no. What the? Oh, that's grating. Yeah, so that's that is really grating. It's very scary. It's very intense. It's very discomforting. It doesn't feel good whatsoever. I think it probably works. I don't know who the Dungeon Man is, but holy God, that no, I didn't like that at all. For me, that was the worst song we've listened to today. That's a 9 out of 10 on the worst video game music scale. No, it's a 10 out of 10. Fuck it. I think honestly, like, you can't do much with the Nintendo hardware musically, but that's also not true because we did get some pretty decent Super Nintendo Final Fantasies. So I don't know what's going on there, but that was not pleasurable in the slightest. Drakengard Chapter 4 On the Ground. It's certainly repetitive. That's a word for it. Why do I love that? That is so good at setting a terrifying scene. You're being hunted, you're fighting off adversary after adversary, you have nowhere to turn, you have nowhere to go. You're literally like facing down death itself, and all you can do is just like pray that something works. I don't know, I low-key like loved that piece. I mean, is it repetitive? Yeah. That's a 3 out of 10 on the worst video game music of all time list. Honestly, guys, this list was pretty mid. There were a couple exceptions, but in general, like, it's kind of staggering how much good music there is in video games, and even the worst video game music of all time is truly not the worst, with some exceptions. I really just have enjoyed discovering some of the worst stuff to ever be written. Stay tuned for some of the best songs to ever be written when we rank the best video game songs of all time. Certainly that's going to be a multi-part series for sure. As always, thanks a ton, and I'll see you later. Bye.